Today we are celebrating Swami Dayanand's birthday and Rishi Bodhotsav. Swami Dayanand was a great man. Today is the day he found out that an idol is not the real God, and he set out to find the real God. Swami Dayanand also wrote the Satyartha Prakash that we read every Sunday. I would like to sing a line of a bhajan. दिया है दयानंद ने उपहार वेद का, सत्यार्थ प्रकाश में है सार वेद का, सार वेद का. This means that Swami Dayanand spread the Vedas around the world and made us realize that the Vedas are still alive. And it also means that the Satyartha Prakash is the summary of the Vedas. Today we are on page 125 of chapter 5, from where we will study on the Sanyaas Ashram, a life of renunciation. The Sanyaas Ashram is the fourth and final stage of life wherein one leads a life of complete renunciation and in meditation while doing good to the world. Mendicants other than sannyasis should not be called sannyasis. Instead, they should be called selfish creatures. After having spent a life in Vanprastha Ashram, a retirement life, during age of 50 to 75, and having attained divine knowledge through associations with noble and learned men, and practices of all kinds of austerities, yoga and meditation, one can enter the fourth stage of life, that is, Sanyaas Ashram, a life of renunciation, if he so desires. If a man is not free from evil deeds, if he is not peaceful, if he does not possess equilibrium of mind, or if he does not acquire habits of concentration by means of yoga, then he cannot acquire God by mere intellect. Moving from Vanprastha Ashram to Sanyaas Ashram is a normal sequence of progress in the four-stage life of a person. However, one can enter from any other stage, that is, from either Brahmacharya or Grihasthashram, provided he has perfect divine knowledge and has his senses and mind under thorough control, free from desire for any sensual gratification, and is imbued with extreme desire for doing good to the world and to be in ever meditation of God. It is best to enter into sannyas when a man is of old age. Entrance into Sanyaas Ashram. For entrance, the aspirant or a striver should perform a Prajapati yajna, whose aim is God realization, should know that God cannot be attained by mere actions, renounce love for fame, wealth, power, and his kith and kins, leave home to lead the ascetic life of a sannyasi, abandon all the outer signs of his class such as a tuft of hair on the head and yajyopavi, sacred thread, discard all personal possessions except for a few pairs of ochre-colored clothing, a kamandal, and a stick. Note that these possessions alone do not make him a sannyasi. One can't be in a profession unless he practices it with full faith and devotion. Substitute the 5 daily external great yajnas with the internal yajnas, wherein the sannyasi offers each one of his vital forces, pran, apan, Vyan, Udan, and Saman, into the Brahma Agni or into the Agni of Brahma. A sannyasi should know that if the soul is in the body, it cannot be free from pain and pleasure. Only when a sannyasi gives up all desire for earthly things and feels and thinks good for all things, he obtains true happiness that stays after death. The duties of a sannyasi are that he should continue with the practice of dharma, righteousness, same as for all classes, Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, and other orders, brahmacharis, grihasthis, and vanprasthis, such as devotion to justice, speaking of truth, rejection of untruth, obedience to the will of God as revealed in the Vedas, beneficence, veracity, and other virtues. All sannyasis, grihastis, and vanaprasthis and brahmacharis understand the Vedas so they can become sannyasis too. I would like to tell you a shlok about the 10 things that a sannyasi should have. Dhriti kshama damosteyam shaucham indriya nigraha thir vidya satyam akrodho dashakam dharma lakshanam. This means that dhriti, patience, kshama, forgiveness, and I would like to tell you a story on these 2 things that Swami Dayanand had. One time while Swami Dayanand was traveling, he got to Jodhpur. When he saw the king of Jodhpur with a dancer named Nandi Jan, he said, "What does a king have to do with a dancer?" So the king sent the dancer away, and the dancer got mad. With the Britishers convincing, the dancer made the cook put poison in Swami Dayanand's milk. When Swami Dayanand drank the milk, he felt severe pain in his stomach. The next morning, when he realized that he could not survive, he called his servant and made him tell the truth. When the servant realized what he had done, then Swami Dayanand gave him some money and said, "Run away from here or the king will kill you." A little soon, when Swami Dayanand was sitting in an asana, a doctor came in and said, "I have never seen someone so contented in the world when he is in so much pain." So the things I wanted to tell you from this story was that when Swami Dayanand forgave the person that actually poisoned him, he showed kshama, or forgiveness. And when he showed contentment, when he was in so much pain, then he showed dhriti, or patience. So then the third thing that a sannyasi should have is dam, which is self-restraint. The fourth is shauch, which means purity. The fifth is asteya, which means non-stealing. The sixth is indriya nigraha, which means control on your senses. The seventh is tihi, which is buddhi, or intellect. The eighth is vidya, which is knowledge. The ninth is satya, or truthfulness. And the last one is akrodh, which is no anger. Now, I would like to tell you that the sannyasi also has some additional duties. And they are that he should, even if abused, respond kindly with the words that would be good for him. And he should never falsify speech which would be perceivable in all the 7 openings, which are mouth, ears, nostrils, and eyes. We will continue with the additional duties of a sannyasi in the next reading. Thank you.